morning. I swear a lot.
Hello friends and welcome to Synchro Descent Show. Welcome to Canto 7. We're finally here. My pup paternity leave has expired. Still looking after the pups, obviously, but now they are old enough to, not be sat on most of the time. And I can now do what I love, which is, making videos. And we can begin Canto 7, which I'm quite excited for. So, some stuff to go over before we begin. Let's look at the sinners. The level ups are a fucking mess because I did this 5 minutes before I started recording today. I forgot that Merceau was supposed to be a support character, so I put him to level 50. So I guess we'll use him. Why not? But here's the deal, right? A couple details to go over. First of all, uptime cutscenes. I'm not going to go over those until the end of the Canto in the post-Canto Sinner tier list. That's when I'll go over all of those cutscenes and stuff. Seems like a better time to do that. Maybe not all in one video. Maybe we'll do another video as well to keep it from being too long. But we're not going to do all of these now. Second of all, I've got a bunch of lunacy, as you can see. Not going to spend it now. Going to spend it during the post-Canto Sinner tier list, because that makes more sense. Or in a video after that. Point is, we're going to do it after the Canto. I don't really want to get any IDs. I'm going to spoil what's going on in the Canto. Furthermore, you all know this, but I'm going to reiterate it for the sake of reiterating it, because some things just need to be said more than double-digit times. First of all, no spoilers for the Canto, please. I'd like to go in fresh. And when I say no cat spoilers, I don't mean, oh, if you think it's fine, go for it. I mean no spoilers. None. And second of all, if you think you are subtly alluding to a spoiler in the Canto, I can assure you, you are not being half as subtle as you think you are. Please don't do it. I will ban people from the comments if they post spoilers. Mostly because if I see it and it spoils me on something, I'll be so fucking pissed that I will just ban them without even thinking about it. So, there's your warnings. I'm not trying to be a hard ass about it. I just don't want to be spoiled, okay? These Cantos are fucking amazing. I've heard the Canto 7 is fantastic. I don't want that shit ruined for me. I'm sure you can understand, because it would ruin the videos as well. A big part of this is the initial reaction to certain events. And to have that be ruined would not just ruin it for me, it would ruin it for everyone. So with that in mind, and with your own entertainment in mind, please, no spoilers. Let's do the upties. Now, we've done Faust up. This is the wrong guy. That's Yi Sang. We've done Faust's uptie. Yes, that's Max. We've done Don Quixote's. That's good. You probably need to be uptied, Ryoshu, because you probably need it. More coin power from Tremor Count, gained more Tremor Count, and then the passive, which is probably good. Yeah, it is. It's incredibly good. Cool. I've got a lot of thread. Let's make it work. Percussive maintenance does seem fun. I do enjoy the idea of it. Base power up for a screw loose, and base power up for compression wind up spanner, and the support passive, which we probably won't get much use out of because Ryoshu's probably going to be on the front line for most of this. I do want to see this.
실컷 찍어라. 이왕이면 흩뿌린 피가 잘 담길 수 있겠지.
Oh, that's a good image. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, of course, these uptight cutscenes are going to have nothing to do with Canto 7. We all know this, but the way I see it, most people who are here now, in this exact moment in which the video is released, probably want to see me get on with Canto 7, not fuck around with uptight cutscenes. That's why we're skipping through. We'll come back. We came back for the, we came back for Captain Ishmael, and we came back for the Canto 6 IDs. We'll come back for these ones as well. Don't sweat it. Everything's fine. Inflict 2 tremor. Wow, very good. Heads hit, inflict 2 tremor. Amazing, incredible. Tremor, amazing, incredible. If target has +5 tremor, inflict 1 attack power down next turn. That's pretty good, but I can't imagine he's a very good clasher. I don't know. We'll see. He's level 50, so he'll probably be a pretty good clasher by default. So skill 3 gains charge. When triggering tremor burst, reduce tremor count by 3, then spend all charge count to further raise stagger threshold. Yeah, nah, it's decent, I suppose. And then base numbers go up. Yeah, okay.
연봉 인상이니까 알겠습니다. 그럼 저는 남은 일을 해서.
Merceau's so cool. He looks so cool all the time. The Kiryu of Korea. Except he's actually French, but this is a Korean game, so shush. Ufi Heathcliff, level 47. He'll probably do all right. I've heard this is a good idea as well. Also, it reminds me, something I should mention as well. People did mention that the only way to make a properly, actually, genuinely good Tremor team is to get that ego for Hongler. I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's Cavernous Wailing. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. And I 100% acknowledge that and agree. That is probably the way to make a good Tremor team. So let's not bother, right? Because then it would be too easy. Let's go in as we are. I've got my team. I've got my players. They'll be fine. Yeah, it's not that I'm adverse to using something good. Certainly not. But I'm not entirely sure people would want me to come in here and just blitz everything and, you know, just dust it. That seems a bit boring. So let's not.
지금부터는 계약 집행 방해의 죄를 물어서 전부 패버린다.
If things get too hard, like if it starts to get ridiculous and I just can't break through, then yeah, okay, we'll start looking into, you know, a better Tremor team. Obviously, probably getting Cavernous Wailing in there. But as long as we don't need it, I don't see the point in going out of my way to do it because everyone you'll have seen who used a Tremor team will have used Cavernous Wailing. Why not try something different other than because it's less good, because it is less good. LCCB assistant manager Ishmael's only level 28. We're gonna have to work on that, but we got T Corp Road, yeah, and she could probably get some stuff done. Tremor Clash Power, yep. So on a single target, you know, a boss fight essentially, we will be gaining a lot of Clash Power and Coin Power because we're gonna be stacking Tremor like nothing else. Surely. Lovely jubbly, you love to see it.
이제는 저항해도 소용없어. 시간을 땡겨온 나는 너희보다 빠를 테니.
Ah, T-Corp Rhodia looks really fucking cool though. She does. That's such a good image. I really like that image. That is a fantastic image. That looks so good. Get you a girl who looks great in every single uptight picture she's in. I think that's everyone that we need to do right now. I guess we need to do this for the passive. Well, now I've the least HP takes minus 10% damage. I don't even know if we have that much gloom.
더 열심히 할게요. 실망시키지 않을 거예요.
Oh, that's really cool though. That's a really cool image. I know this this Svi Sinclair sucks and there's like a better one now, but that's a really cool image. I wouldn't be opposed to using this ID at all, even though there is what is probably a way better one now. So that's dope. Look at him. He looks cool. I dig it. And finally, this, because I remember your passive being pretty good. One ally, the most HP randomly gains 1 attack power up, 1 defense power up, and 1 protection at the start of the combat phase. That's handy. See what we got.
충성. 최선을 다하겠습니다.
That's pretty cool though. I dig it. God, I've got a lot of fucking upties to go through at the end of this. You know what? That's like at least a couple weeks away. I'm not gonna worry about it. Just not gonna worry about it. I mean, fuck it, I have the Season 5 shards, why not? That reminds me, oh god, that reminds me. Faust, yeah, she has an ego which is like entirely fucking Tremor-based. Yeah, this. Yeah, should probably look into this. Yeah, a little bit. When this unit uses a skill to trigger Tremor Burst on an enemy, gain 1 haste next turn, 4 times per turn, including ego skills. Lovely. Let's at least get it to 3. It's not much of a clasher from the looks of it, although it is 4 plus 5 coins, that's 20. So on a perfect roll, that's 24. I suspect the Merceau will probably need the help. I should upgrade Pursuance, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, that's a good passive as well. Yeah, I should probably do it. Yeah, I should probably do this. If the target is staggered or defeated, apply 10% of this unit's max HP as shield to allies that this unit healed. Okay, yeah. Fuck it. We're spending with both hands. Why? Well, there are reasons why not, but thing is, you see, is I don't care. I can't get this because I have enough ego shards. That's fine. Regret is, yeah, Tremor-based. So... unit's leftmost skill on the dashboard loses 1 base power and gains 2 coin power at the start of the turn for minus 4 or less speed, I think. Gain 1 blunt power up. Okay. Sure. And then I don't have enough for that, but it wouldn't take long. If the target does not have a stagger threshold upon Tremor Burst, deal Wrath damage by 6 plus times 2 Wrath A resin of the final stagger threshold raised. I don't know, why not? Well, why not? People out there like, you gotta be careful how you spend your things. And I'm like, miss me with that shit, truly. I'm here to make some moves. Big business, get shit done. Don't even talk to me. I'm deaf to the pleas of the logic and intelligence. I don't want to hear it. Good shit. I can't get that. I can't get that. But hey, we upgraded some ego. I don't upgrade my ego nearly enough. Okay, after all that, we're literally there. The dream ending. Ooh. How very fancy. Have a little look around. I can't go any further right. That's good, because don't want to spoil myself. Which treats the life and the contracts of the not-so-famous but valiant Don Quixote. I can't wait to not have to voice act for this one. My throat is so happy.
밤이 서둘러 다가온다 해도
It sure does. There just aren't enough hours in the day.
이 어둠을 헤치고 나아가
Very paladin-pilled. I respect this.
세상에 둘도 없는 가족의 축복과 친절한 허락을 받으며
I've never heard her mention family before.
모든 위험한 것들을 물리치고 행복에 닿을 수 있을 것이니
I don't know if it works that way, but I respect the attempt.
의심할 여지 없이
How indubitable.
오늘 나에게 일어날 모험 또한 기가 막히겠구나.
Oh, this is gonna end poorly. I mean, obviously it was gonna end poorly. Every canto ends poorly. Well, no, it doesn't end poorly, but things go poorly. Sometimes they then turn out well, like Canto 4 turned out pretty well. But Canto 5 turned out pretty well. Canto 6 didn't, but did. Things will go wrong.
그리고 우리에게 일어날 모험이기도 하지.
Yeah, our adventures on the Magic Hell Bus. Everyone's friends, there's never any problems. And our guide also provides 3 free therapy sessions. Like, it's an ideal working environment, really.
다들 기억하지? 무릇 해결사란 생각은 순수하게, 말은 정직하게, 행동은 관대하게.
Who the fuck said that? Because whoever they were, other than Don Quixote, well, I guess it would include Don Quixote, they had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
모험은 용맹스럽게 하고 고난은 견뎌가며.
Don't get me wrong, I like the idea of fixers being like a knightly order, devoting themselves to honor, justice, the pursuance of glory and defense of the weak, but that's just not what the city is. It would be cool though. And that's what makes Don Quixote cool.
어려운 자들에게는 자비롭게.
Forget not the mercy for the downtrodden. Do you know how hard it is to do a Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode run where you're actually trying to do the right thing? That game will kick you into fights if you want to do the right thing. It's tough.
마지막에는
Last but not least,
목숨을 걸고서라도 꿈을 잡으러 가는 거야.
well, come to think of it, this actually exemplified what I just said about the Baldur's Gate honor mode run really well, with 2 occasions in which Don Quixote got us into fights which seemed a bit out of our league. Now, dealing with the gang members in Canto 2 was not so bad because we absolutely dusted them, but dealing with the K-Corp guards at the checkpoint was that clear defining moment of like trying to do the right thing in the city is unrealistic. Actually unrealistic. Because the entire city itself will push against you. It also reminds me, even though I don't read comics, of a comic panel involving Plastic Man, who was like, the one time I tried to do the right thing and actually do something that would help society, and I ended up fighting cops. And I'm like, yeah, a little bit.
이 중 하나라도 지키지 못한다면
Oh, is it like a paladin oath? Maybe.
내가 찾아와서 너희 둘의 머리통을 때릴 테니까.
Okay, well, no paladin oath ever had the words, I'll smack you guys upside the head, but maybe it's a similar concept.
언제나 긴장하며 똑바로 나아가도록.
Always move forward. Every step taken is a step forward.
그거 참
치사한 협박이 아닐 수 없군. 나를 치사하네.
I could sit here and laugh at that expression all day. What did I do?
치사하다 말했네.
What is it this time?
이 몸에 차례가 온 줄 알았는데.
Well, I mean, you did pretty well on the boss. train. It was a train. The bus on the train. You don't remember. It's all right.
그래서 이번에야말로 마무리를 멋지게 해내고 싶었는데
Uh-huh.
신문에 제대로 이름을 날릴 수도 있었을 절호의 기회였는데.
There will always be more newspapers. That's like their whole thing, is they do like a newspaper every week or something. There's more. Don't worry about it. And you're like, what? I have no idea how old you are, but you're not old. You've got time. Returning to P Corp's warp train station seemed to always remind Don Quixote of our last misadventure. She'd repeated that exact same complaint a few times by now.
응? 그런데 왜 그렇게 얼굴 표정이 우거지상인 것인가, 나리?
How do you know if I've made an expression? My face is completely emotionless. There is nothing to read other than the incorrect time displayed upon my face. Plate. Face plate. Guido. Sorry, trauma. I don't even have an expression, let alone a face. Plate. Guido.
그렇지 않소, 나리. 보이지 않는 것인 겐가?
Your clock hands form the shape of angry eyebrows when you're angry.
조그마한 동물이나 심지어 남들이 하찮다고 하는 풀떼기라 하더라도 다 마음이란 것이 있다네. 그러니 당연히 표정도 있을 수밖에.
I mean, I see your point, Don Quixote, but we're not saying Dante doesn't have emotions. Just that they can't really express them without, I don't know, waving their arms around and quote-unquote shouting, which is just ticking.
그렇기에 우리는 어떤 것이든 약하다여 무시하지 말고 올곧은 마음으로 정의를 항상 행해야 한다. 이 말일세.
She makes such a good paladin.
누가 쟤 또 입 열게 했냐?
It's actually... This sounds meaner than I intend, and I promise that this isn't the case. But it is actually like living with an excitable dog. Because every time it kicks off, someone's like, who set him off? Who set her off? Who set him off? Do you know how hard it's going to be to get him to shut up?
듣고 있는가?
Some time ago, in the freight car of the warp train, in case y'all forgot. Actually, to be fair, it's been like a month or more. So I could do with a refresher. Don Quixote, can you hear me? Say something? Throw in some harks and thines and forthwiths. Please. Don Quixote regards me silently. No, that's some eldritch being who I can't help but wish is Don Quixote, gazing at me. I think if you were literally anyone else, Dante, you would have died. But you're too important to die, so, you know. She opens her mouth. My instinct is screaming at me to not listen to her, but there's not a lot else to do right now. Don Quixote? Don Quixote?
끝난 것인가?
Has the ended? Such philosophy I can't truly contest with. No? I don't think it's ended.
그런가?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
나에게 로신한테를
Did y'all kids and not kids know that way back in the day, before this was even the twinkle in anyone's eye, the Bungie released a game called Marathon, which had an AI called Durandal who took over a ship and named it the Rocinante. It's all interconnected, I tell you. We've been following this narrative for years, even though those two narratives are not relevant to each other, but they are. Get the corkboard. We need to tie them together.
부탁하지.
I don't know if I gave her the right answer. Though my answer was an almost instinctual relay of a thought that manifested in my head, Don Quixote closes her eyes upon hearing my reply. As though drifting away into a gentle, pleasant dream, which I assuredly will not be doing for a long time after this. And I carefully slip the ragged pair of running shoes she called Rocinante onto her feet. And I make a silent wish, and a heartfelt appreciation for the fact that I don't have a nose because she never takes those fucking shoes off, and that must fucking stink. Let her blood-red eyes never ever open again.
벌써 도착한 것인가?
Yeah, we arrived, everything was fine, and Faust punched the vampire real good, we're fine.
이게 어떻게 된 것인가? 우리가 쫓던 그 악독한 혈기가 어찌하여 흔적도 없이 사라져버렸는가?
I gave Faust a biscuit and she punched him, it's fine. Don Quixote.
설마 나리가 그 자를 잡은 것인가?
Yeah, Faust did it, totally. Go ask Faust. Talk to Faust. And back to present.
아쉽긴 하네. 우리 중에 파우스트랑 단테 말곤 아무도 마지막 장면을 보지 못했다는 건.
It was a very good punch she did. Like, it was an absolute haymaker she threw, actually. It made the one where you knocked out Heathcliff look like shit. It was that good. Trust me. You guys should have seen it. It was pretty wild.
엄밀히 말하자면 그 자리에 저자돼 있었다. 혈귀를 눈앞에 두고 볼성사납게 기절해버렸다니. 림버스 컴퍼니의 수치 그 자체로군.
She embarrassingly passed out like a coward. What a fucking loser.
림컴수 한심.
Wow, you guys are strangely angry.
우리도 기절한 건 똑같지 않냐?
Yeah, you all passed out first. They really came down on her for no fucking reason.
역시 저라도 남아 있었어야 했는데 말입니다.
Yeah, I expected more, Otis. What the hell?
그렇게 혈기가 무서웠던 거예요, 돈키호테 씨? 괜찮아요. 전 이해할 수 있어요.
Oh my god, you're being unintentionally roasted by Sinclair. Don Quixote, you're off to a horrible start.
진정한 영웅은 각종의 모욕에도 구태의연하게 견뎌야 하는 법.
I can hear the calm, truly.
확실히 결정적인 순간을 놓친 건 로자 씨 말대로 좀 아쉽긴 하네요.
That's putting it extremely mildly, but you are correct.
저희가 본 건 열차 안에 터져 있는 그 혈귀의 파편들과 어떻게 해야 할지 감이 안 온다는 분위기를 풀풀 풍기는 단테뿐이었거든요.
Exploded, belted parts, and also how can you all say that Dante looked confused when Dante doesn't have an expression? Although I do like the idea that they've hung around with Dante for so long that they can actually pick up on emotions, probably through body language. Like, you know, obviously they would look at Dante this whole time and see no expression whatsoever because there's no expression to be seen, and therefore they have to try and glean such things from, like I just said, body language. And that's kind of how the sinners are figuring it out. Or it's going to be a running gag where they keep saying this shit and Dante's like, how the fuck did you even read anything from who I am? I was standing confused. Was I? And then someone else is going to be like, well, that seems like Dante's normal stance, so I guess it's pretty normal, actually.
만대! 깨워주지 그랬는가? 이 양뺨 싸다구를 철썩 때리는 한이 있더라도!
그래서 정확히 무슨 일이 일어났었던 건가요?
Doesn't matter. I told you Faust punched him. It was a really good punch. I already told you guys earlier, didn't I? Did I? It's been a month.
네?
Huh?
그게 이것만 계속했는데 대체 뭘 말해줬다는 거죠?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I think so.
혹시 머리에 불길이 치솟으면서 횡설수설하셨던 그때처럼 정신착란 증세를 보인 것은 아니십니까?
Yeah. My head's about to explode. You guys should give me some room. Ishmael, you should stand back. You have a lot of hair. It could catch fire. Oh no, it's you know. It's warm today. I always get warm when I have to bullshit on the spot. Otis began glaring at me warily as though my clock head was about to explode at any moment, which I suppose it could. That didn't happen.
아니다라.
That didn't happen, huh?
그럼 상대를 바꿔서 다른 목격자셨던 파우스트 씨 하신 말씀 있으신가요?
Miss Faust, where were you on the night of the moida? Brody asks confidently, still in the mood to play detective, which is weird because by the end of that case she was no longer in the mood to play detective.
구테어 파우스트 쪽에서 전달드릴 내용은
없을 것 같군요.
Faust shall not speak until she has spoken to her lawyer.
그럼 다시 탄테 씨에게.
자, 너희가 주의 깊게 들어야 하는 전달 사항이 있다.
Hate to cut the stupidity short, but we have a job to do. I have no idea if it was a coincidence or not, but Virgilius stepped in at just the right moment to divert the sinners away from me. I maintain that he can understand Dante, and just pretends not to. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he was just that much of a jammy bastard that he could just kind of figure out what Dante's thinking at any given time. Or guess. Which would make it even funny if at some point he guessed wrong.
알다시피 우리는 피사에서 의뢰를 받았다.
Is it a golden bow case, or are we just fucking around? Because it would be a bit weird, but kind of cool to be like, here's Canto 7, you're not going for a golden bow. It's completely unrelated. But it's a major chapter because a lot of shit went down. I am assuming there's going to be a golden bow, though.
매번 같은 패턴이니 이제는 설명해주지 않아도 감을 잡고 있겠군.
Yeah, but whenever I expect shit, it never turns out that way, so why don't you just tell us anyway?
네네. 이번에도 뒤틀림인지 환상체인지 때려잡고 넘기고 볶고 뒤지고 뭐 그러시겠다고?
Damn fucking toffs! Things would be very different if Toph Beifong was in charge.
그리고 끝에 가서는 황금 가지를 우리가 차지할 수 있는 의뢰라는 것도 알고 있네.
Probably. Don Quixote replies, brimming with excitement.
그래, 저 둘이 대답할 정도면 나머지도 확실하게 알고 있다는 거겠지.
Well, hold on there, Pilgrim. I could do with a few more details, perhaps. We usually have scarce few to work with whenever we go anywhere.
하지만 이번 작전의 형태는 조금...
It's not another heist, is it?
아니, 정정하지. 상당히 달라졌다. 어쩌면 지금까지의 작전 중에 제일 껄끄러워질 수 있을 거다.
I'm trying to think of what the fuck could be drastically different from anything we've done so far. I know, one where we don't have to fight anyone. That would be different. Fun? Questionable, but it would be different. The whole game just turns into Disco Elysium. The whole Canto is just Disco Elysium. I'd play that. I'd play the shit out of that.
뭐 안 그랬던 작전이 있었나요?
Yeah, I mean, Canto 5 was a sailing journey. Canto 6 was phasmophobia. Canto 4 was combat. Canto 3 was racism allegories and hyper-religious nutbags. Canto 2 was a heist. And Canto 1 was bugs. I'm simplifying, obviously.
갑자기 이 인원의 3배 정도 되는 사람들 사이에서 단체로 움직이거나 하면 좀 껄끄러울 수는 있겠지만
Oh god, we're tagging along with a group that's 2 to 3 times larger than our own.
수감자들의 감은 나날이 좋아지는군요.
Oh no.
정말인가요?
Lots of new friends, Ishmael. I know how much you like talking to people.
저 그냥 앞으로 무턱대고 추측하는 말은 하지 말까 봐요.
Too late, no take-backsies.
확정 사항이다. 뭐 3배나 되는 강적이 달려들 것이라고 하는 것보단 아군인 편이 낫지 않겠나.
Yeah, but if we're joining a group 3 times our size, then we're probably gonna fight a group 20 times our size. These things are always relative.
합동 작전을 한다는 것인가? 상대는 누구지?
You're going to be working with the library. No fucking chance. Well, I was about to say, like, oh, well, you know, P Corp probably isn't that far from L Corp considering the alphabet, but then it just occurred to me that there is no, or there might not be, I don't know, but I don't think the locations of the nests are relevant to their place in the alphabet. That would be a bit weird. I guess it would make sense. It would also not make sense, so I'm not going to posit that as an assumption. Also, I know there is a map where you can see all the nests, so someone can come forward straight away and be like, nope, L Corp is nowhere near P Corp, or L Nest is nowhere near P Nest. At which point, fair enough. It was an idle thought I had that I immediately realized was probably wrong.
그 아직 합동 작전에 대한 그 좋지 않은 기억이 남아 있는데 말이지.
Yeah, remember when we got everyone killed like twice?
아팠던 기억이었어.
Mm-hmm. We can't save them. They exist to dramatically die so that we can have drama. Our mission at K-Corp was our first and last experience with a joint operation. What about K-Corp? Wait, yeah, no, Kanto 3 took place in K-Corp, didn't it? Yeah, because they gave that little village to N-Corp to fuck up, basically, or Nageland Hammer specifically, because they made a deal. I remember now.
아직도 그때 메르소의 팔 한쪽이 날아가서 기둥에 부딪히고 떨어졌던 게 생생하게 기억난다고.
I'm sure Maso remembers that as well.
정확히는 견갑골 부위를 포함하고 있었다.
My scapula was also forcibly separated from my torso. It was problematic, to say the least.
그냥 이번에도 우리끼리 하면 안 돼? 다른 사람들은 영 도움도 안 되고 거리적거리기만 할 걸.
That's kind of rich coming from us.
저 녀석의 말에 적극 동의하게 되는 건 오랜만이군.
We don't mind dying. It would be preferable if we didn't have to keep other people from dying as well.
오만한 발언이군.
Yeah, assuming we aren't going to be the ones who fucked this up.
너희들만 그런 생각을 가지고 작전에 참여하진 않을 것이라는 점 꼭 기억하고 있는 게 좋을 거다.
Yeah, but to be fair, whilst we are far from the biggest fish in the pond that is this city. Obviously, you know. Ricardo kind of reminded us of that fact. We have earned the right to some arrogance, I'd say. At least some. We've done pretty well up to this point. Now, still pretty low on the overall city power scale. We wouldn't stand a chance against some, like, Lobotomy Corporation employees or librarians, but we're pretty good. We're pretty good.
이번 의뢰는 해결사 총괄 협회인 하나 협회에서 내건 공개 의뢰이기도 하니.
Hana Association. Ooh, okay, alright. Vergilius stopped himself, noticing an ominous aura from one of the Don Quixotes. It was Don Quixote, it's Don Quixote. There stood Don Quixote, practically vibrating with excitement.
이쯤에서 아무나 돈키호테 입 좀 대신 막아주도록.
Oh, we can't do it, boss. She's so small and wriggly.
내가 맞지.
And such it was for the rest of the canto. You thought we were going to be learning more about Don Quixote. Nah, she doesn't say a fucking word for the rest of it. How fucking dull that would be.
쥐구멍만한 사무소의 해결사가 아닌 어느 정도 인지도가 있는 협회 소속 해결사들의 모임이 될 수 있다는 거다.
Oh, please be Seven Association.
내놈 주둥이 좀 가만히 놔둘 순 없나?
How does one even wriggle their lips? I am so glad that Otis was here to stop Don Quixote from exploding into joy. Because if she hadn't, we'd be drawing the attention of every single person in a sizable radius around us, which is not great. We usually try to keep these things on the DL. That's down low for those of you not in the know.
그래서 뭐 어떤 걸 처리해야 되는 건데?
We've gotten reports of an abnormality with multiple arms and a giant piano. But don't worry, the Black Silence is there and she'll take care of it.
아니, 어떤 식으로 처리하는지가 궁금해.
How many pieces do we need to cut it into is the question.
뒷골목 해결사처럼 말씀하시네요.
We are shady backstreets fixers. Going by some of our activities up to that point, we're not that far off from being a syndicate. Like, we're not a syndicate. We're absolutely not. But we've strayed a little closer to that than we might like. Or indeed, members of our team might like. Vergilius looked up just as Heathcliff asked his question.
자세한 건
Will be provided on site.
때마침 우리에게 걸어오고 있는 의뢰자에게 들어보도록 하지.
Ah, Hana Association person who looks eerily similar to Alicial's profile picture. That's weird. It's just different colored hair, basically. Ominous. The question is, are we going to see any association members that we've already met in, say, Ruiner? That would be interesting. In which is explored... Oh, is this all going to create one big long message or something? Because that'd be very cool. In which is explored Limbus Company's not exactly first alliance with a wing. I appreciate the game being like, all right, we need to milk the Murder on the Warp Express music as much as we can because we can't use it again, and it's fucking sick. So we're just gonna hang out on the Warp Train platform for as long as possible, and just get those fucking beats in for as long as we can before we head off. So she's the one we were supposed to meet here at the station.
이거 특색 붉은 시선님을 뵈어 영광이군요.
Uh-huh. He's kind of a grouch, so you might be disappointed.
그 외에도 모두들 반갑습니다. 저는 피사 아카이빙 부서의 부장 채사라입니다.
Okay, well, I looked it up because I'm bad at just immediately figuring out name pronunciations, and I don't know if this is intentional, but Chisara is an Italian name, and the pronunciation is apparently Chisara. So I'm gonna go with that for now, and if everyone's like, that's fucking awful and not how it's pronounced, we'll adjust accordingly later. But as far as I can tell, it's pronounced Chisara. So that's what I'm going to say. Okay, cool.
아카이빙 부서? 뭔가 기록하는 일이라도 하는 건가?
그 외에도 모두들 반갑습니다. 저는 피사 아카이빙 부서의 부장 채사라입니다.
Okay, so she pronounced it Cesara. I'm just gonna say Cesara because that's the Italian pronunciation. Bookkeepers. Oh, P Corp. Oh, she's not even HANA Association, she's P Corp. Which makes sense. I just saw white and immediately assumed HANA Association, and that was incorrect. I just noticed the massive P on her chest. Alright, yeah, fair enough. That's on me. Fair enough.
그렇다고 할 수 있죠. 다른 날개는 몰라도 피사에서는 꽤 중요한 부서랍니다.
It also occurs to me that a lot of my questions will be answered if I just wait like 5 seconds. But I'm doing a show, I have to say things. I can't just sit here silently until they tell me everything and not conjecturize. Well, that's boring.
그런 중요한 부서의 부장이 찾아왔다는 건? 이제 정말로 이 회사가 꽤 유명해진 건가?
Yes, the story of a company who will take on the most suicidal tasks is becoming pretty popular.
틀린 말은 아니네요. 당신들 림버스 컴퍼니에 대한 이야기는 건너서 들려오더라고요.
Ass progress.
뭐라더라. 황금가지라는 것만 얻을 수 있다면 죽음까지 불사하면서 의뢰를 성공시켜내고야마는 중견 회사라고 하던데.
Yeah, that's near enough what I said.
틀린 말은 아니지만.
But we could have also gone with, like, if maybe people had also mentioned how cool and handsome and pretty we are. Yeah, that would have been cool to mention as well. Like, I feel like that's relevant, and people should know about that. Just in general. You know what? It's whatever. It's fine. Hey, she's actually making us sound pretty impressive, huh?
바로 그것이네. 본인과 동료들은 수많은 역경과 죽음을 각오하며 무수한 악들을 처단해냈지.
Literally braved death, yes. The other sinners were more confused than impressed by her description, but it was clear from Don Quixote's practically twinkling eyes that she was immensely infatuated by it.
이쪽에서도 이번 의뢰에 대한 대략적인 내용은 전달받았습니다.
Can we get more than a brief though? I still have no idea what the fuck we're doing.
다양한 해결사들이 모여 수차례나 토벌을 시도하고 있는 도시 악몽급 사건이 있다고.
Urban Nightmare. Okay, so we're going to be doing something on par with, like, Mola, Dawn, and Wedge Office, I suppose. Of course, the fixer offices themselves aren't specifically classified by that designation, but those are the kind of fixers that would be sent to deal with something like this. So, sort of along those lines, maybe slightly more difficult, more dangerous. If so, that's an interesting classification of where we currently stand in terms of power, presuming we are successful. There's nothing to say that the end of this canto ends with us successfully destroying this thing and everyone being happy. But if we do, that would place us around about the level of an urban nightmare solving fixer office. Of course, power levels in the city are never consistent, so take it with a grain of salt, of course, but that's interesting.
맞아요.
Thank you.
해결사들이 올 때마다 선수, 부장식이나 되는 당신 같은 사람이 마중 나와 줄 리는 없었을 테고.
So what's the catch?
네, 그것 또한 맞습니다.
Man, we're good at this.
더군다나 공식적인 자리도 아닌 곳에서 의뢰를 전달한다는 건
To be fair, Virgilius, I imagine the reason why she would come to meet us personally, even if we are a no-name fixer office, is because you're here. Literally, I would assume that a corp would send at least a somewhat notable representative to go speak to an office that had a color fixer, at least with them, if not necessarily a part of them, owning them, or working with them, you know? That's a notable enough individual that they would be required to show a certain level of decorum, or be seen showing a certain level of decorum, right? It'd be like if someone was delivering a lecture at a university and fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson tagged along with them. Like, yeah, he's not actually doing any of it, but he's there and you should probably go say hello because he's important in your field. I don't know, just a thought. It's probably not the explanation though.
우리에게 원하는 게 도시 악몽의 토벌뿐만이 아니라
It's just gonna be like, nah, it's actually closer to Star of the Sea.
그 이상의 뭔가를 해내주었으면 하는 기대가 느껴지는군요.
Possibly.
아까 말한 대로 죽음까지 불사하면서 무언가를 해줄 것이란 기대가.
Knowing what these people are like, they probably want us to bring it in alive, like, as in, don't even turn it into an egg, just bring it in straight away as it is for literally no good reason.
이상한 기분이네요. 굳이 숨길 셈도 아니었지만 간파당한 느낌이라.
Man, it's almost as if he's called the Red Gaze or something. We stared in dumbfounded silence as Virgilius effortlessly cut through the hoops to get to the core of the contract.
맞아요. 토벌 대상이 있는 위치 어딘가에 황금가지라는 게 있다고 해요. 이건 당신들 쪽에서 우리에게 먼저 연락을 취해서 말한 정보죠.
You didn't even seek us out. We contacted you first. That's lame.
처음에 그 연락을 받았을 때 얼마나 황당했던지. 황금가지가 뭐냐는 말에도 정확하게 대답을 해주지도 않고 정확한 좌표는 당신들 인원이 직접 그 구역으로 들어가야지만 알 수 있다고 하고 난 장난 전화인 줄 알았다니까요.
Nope, our insolence knows no bounds.
하지만 그 순간 결코 거절하지 못할 제안도 함께이지 않았습니까?
That's right, no less than 2 all-you-can-eat coupons for Ham Ham Pang Pang. Quite a pricey offer, wouldn't you say?
장담하는데 당신들 회사에는 정보 수집력이 어마어마하게 대단한 정보원이나 유능한 정보 부서가 있을 거예요.
Always a good thing to have. Jisara let out a deep sigh and leaned against a wall, her shoulders slumping slightly.
그래서 토벌해야 되는 게 정확히 어떤 건데요?
Well, Ahab fused with a whale and is wrecking downtown P-Corp, so you gotta go deal with that. Unfortunate, I know, but someone's gotta do it.
여러 해결사가 모인 걸 보면 지난번처럼 지부에서 탈출한 환상체라도 어딘가에 돌아다니고 있는 건가요? 혹은 뒤틀림이라거나.
Blue Reverberation got bored and decided to knock over an entire town. Jisara wordlessly stared at Ishmael. She began to rapid-fire her list of questions.
설명. 그러니까 환상체나 뒤틀림이라는 건 일종의 괴물 같은 건데요.
That's not the problem, Ishmael.
차라리 그런 것이었으면 더 좋았을 뻔했을 텐데요.
But wait, there's more. Something had caught my eye immediately after we arrived at this place. The missing persons flyers. Oh, I didn't see those at all. Bullshit. Countless flyers, each in search of a different person, were taped to the pillars inside the station. Looks like people of P-Corp are randomly going missing in no discernible age or gender patterns. Jisara, realizing that we were staring at the wall of a missing persons flyer, began.
전단지가 떼어지지 않고 종이가 너덜거릴 때까지 붙어 있다는 건
So this has been going on for a while.
여전히 그들이 집으로 무사히 돌아오지 않고 있다는 뜻이죠.
Also that, yeah. That's not unusual though. I mean, how many missing persons reports have been filed because someone went out drinking, got drunk, lost track of time, and didn't make it home before the sweepers? There'd be no trace of them.
토벌해야 하는 건 개체가 아니라
An organization, perhaps?
현상인가?
A phenomenon! Is it the pianist? You have to tell me.
행복한 미소가 꽃피는 곳.
That's ominous.
옛 이야기 속의 놀이공원 라만차랜드죠.
La Mancha Land! This place is gonna be fucked up, I can tell.
라만차 랜드.
Lamanchaland. 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 Pronounce it however you want.
집계가 된 실종자만 현재 수십여 명. 아마 실제로는 그 이상이겠죠.
Interesting, but people die in this city all the time. Although I guess we are in a net. Although are we in a nest, actually? That's the question. Because if we're in the back streets, this wouldn't be reported at all. Because who gives a shit? If it's in a nest, yeah, okay, that's a little more prominent. So I have to assume it's in the nest.
2달 전 피사 뒷골목에서 나타난 이 라만차랜드에 입장한 방문객들은 오늘까지도 대부분 퇴장하지 못하고 있습니다.
Wait, it just showed up? Like the library? It's not the library. But it just showed up 2 months ago and everyone was like, alright, sure. What makes you think we're gonna get to leave?
실종? 오로지 즐거움만이 가득해야 마땅한 놀이동산에서 어찌 그런 일이...
I wouldn't want to go to an amusement park in the city, okay? I just wouldn't. You want to ride the warp train roller coaster, the warp coaster? A million years, obviously not literally, of being thrown around in a rickety fucking roller coaster. Line up, tickets are 80 quid. Queue time is 4 hours unless you get the fast pass, which is 120 quid.
제게 할당된 직원들만으로는 처리가 불가능했어요. 생긴 지 사흘 만에 도시 질병을 부여받고 지금은 도시 악몽이 되었죠.
I feel like that might be quicker than the library escalated, but we don't really have a solid time frame for Library of Ruina's, you know, progression of events. It's hard to tell when days pass inside the library. Obviously, multiple days do pass, but I don't think we really know how many. So hard to say, but yeah, okay, yeah, at least people notice.
하지만 도시의 별도 아니고 도시 악몽 정도라면 피사가 자력으로 해결 가능한 수준이라고 생각됩니다만.
Well, I imagine it's similar to the library situation in which people kept feeding it jobbers and that made it more powerful. Just throwing it out there.
그게 다른 부서에서는 그리 주목하지 않는 현상이라 전투 부서의 정규 직원들이 투입되지 않았거든요.
And by the time they send their elite employees, it'll already be too strong to be dealt with.
왜 피사에서는 그들을 투입시켜주지 않은 겐가?
Because it's not cost-effective, Don Quixote! Don Quixote was now completely and emotionally invested in this gripping tale of tragedy that our client was sharing. Chisara seemed to be enjoying Don Quixote's excessive, almost theatrical reaction.
이 현상이 나타난 장소가 뒷골목이니까요.
Yeah.
둥지였다면 당장이라도 압착 부서의 정예 요원들을 배치했을걸요.
So kind of going on what I said before, but yeah, it's actually in the back streets, and in my mind I was overstating the significance of our own involvement in the grand scheme of things. They're not sending anything particularly big to deal with this. It's probably going to be a massive problem, but in terms of the higher power players in the city, Lamanchaland is little more than a blip.
그쯤 하시죠, 제사라 부장. 그게 다는 아니지 않습니까?
Yeah, have you met Dongrang? What are your feelings on cows?
당신의 직책이라면 타 부서 직원을 투입해달라는 협조 요청은 1도 아니었을 것이고.
So what the deal?
림버스 컴퍼니를 선택한 이유는 따로 있지 않습니까?
네네. 나 참 못 이기겠군요.
He is.
알겠어요. 자백하겠습니다. 저희 부서의 목적은
Is world domination.
라만차랜드를 없애는 것이 아닙니다.
Of course not. You're gonna try and utilize it.
자, 당신들은 곧 다른 해결사들과 함께 라만차랜드로 향하게 될 것입니다.
We're gonna go in there, destroy it, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? And that will cause problems. Probably.
한 가지 조언을 드리자면 당신들이 황금가지를 찾으러 왔다는 사실을 다른 해결사들이 알게 하지 마세요.
Okay, but what are we even doing there? You're like, don't destroy it. Don't tell me find. What is our actual objective? Other than finding the missing people, I suppose. Because it's not going to be enough to just find the missing people, because Lamanchaland will just take more people. It has to be dealt with. in some fashion, or this whole operation is meaningless. For P-Corp. Not for us. We'll get the golden bow and fuck off. Bow about. You know what? I don't care.
황금 가지라는 미지의 것이 어딘가에 숨겨져 있다고 섣불리 밝혔다간
That would come across as a big cash money payday and they would want it.
해결사들에겐 또 다른 보상으로 여겨질 수도 있으니까요. 괜히 저들을 자극하지 말라는 소리죠.
Indeed.
물론 눈치껏 저희 부서의 목표가 라만차랜드의 토벌이 아니라는 것도 함구하는 게 좋겠죠?
Great, I love lying to people.
한마디로 피사와 림버스 컴퍼니 서로가 원하는 것을 조용히 얻고 처리하자는 소리 정도로 일축할 수 있겠네요.
There is going to be so much fuss and muss. Like, you have no idea. The most fuss and muss. Fuss loads of muss.
정리가 깔끔하시네요.
너무 얕잡아보지 말도록. 그렇게 멍청하게 기밀을 나불거릴 자가 우리 중에
When it comes to OPSEC, we are the least competent in the city.
있을 수도 있나.
Even Otis knows.
이제 슬슬 본론으로 향하는 게 어떻겠습니까? 이곳에 오래 서 있을수록 시선만 많아질 뿐이니.
그렇네요.
True.
라만차랜드로 들어가 그곳을 최초로 만들어낸 무언가 혹은 누군가를 찾은 뒤 저에게 데려오세요.
Ah, cool. Abduction. We're good at that.
누군가?
Or someone. Someone could have made it. What if there's a head not librarian?
무언가일 수도 있다. 정보가 너무 적군. 생물인지 무생물인지도 알 수 없는 것인가?
So we're also doing investigation as well.
단순히 라만찰랜드를 없애는 걸로 끝나는 게 아니라 만든 사람이 필요한 이유는 뭔가요?
Because they want to make their own Lamantia land with blackjack and hookers. Chisara's eyes twinkled for a brief moment as they lingered on Sinclair, which tends to happen in general.
왜 그러시나요?
그런 질문을 감히 할 거라는 생각조차 하지 못해서 오히려 말문이 막혔달까요?
That's what we like to say about Sinclair. He's bald. And bald.
제가 당신들에게 황금 가지를 왜 찾아 헤매고 있냐는 질문을 하지 않았던 것처럼.
Yes, professional courtesy.
뭐 굳이 숨길 만한 내용은 아니지만요.
Okay.
굳이 말씀드리자면 그 피해에 대한 책임을 묻기 위해서죠.
So A, you want them to be, like, held for trial. You want them to hold trial. B, I don't believe you. Even slightly. Not even a little bit. Not even remotely. I just want them to be held responsible. Fuck off. No way. I don't believe you. Shut up. Don't even shut up.
맞는 말이지. 그런 극악무도한 짓을 저지른 자에겐 마땅한 처벌이 내려져야 하는 법.
Higher ups in corps literally have to pull out a fucking dictionary to remind themselves what justice means.
그리고 겸사겸사 다른 부서들을 제칠 만한 성과를 올려서 간만에 승진하면 더 좋고요.
I mean, that's just fair. Like, fair enough. When do I get a promotion? Hang on, I own my own business, so I can promote myself. I've decided to promote myself to Supreme Manager Esquire Prime, and I'm now going to do that on the Discord server. Hang on. There we go. I love giving myself promotions.
어차피 우리가 받아들이냐와는 관계없이 윗선과는 이야기가 다 끝난 사항이겠지.
Yeah, for real, the job's already been negotiated. There's nothing more to negotiate. There's no discussion to be had. It's simply a briefing. Here's the reality. Go do the job.
만약 우리가 그곳을 직접 없애버리는데 성공한다고 쳐도 그 요상한 놀이공원을 만든 놈을 너희에게 안 데려오면
I imagine things will go very poorly.
그땐 어쩔 거냐?
Yeah, what will you do then, huh? Huh? You gonna archive the fact that we told you to sod off? Yeah, you gonna archive us? Oh, so scary. Oh, the archives. Oh no. Better be careful. We might put you in a book. But not in the scary way that the other place does. I'm making a lot of Arena references today. I don't actually know why. Might put us in a book. Oh, scary. Heathcliff spoke crassly, but it was a reasonable question. After all, there was also a chance we could fail to bring the culprit here even if we wanted to.
당장 손에 넣을 순 없겠지만 황금 가지라는 걸 우리 쪽에서도 차차 연구를 해보기 시작하겠죠.
So we would end up gaining another rival for the retrieval of golden bells, which we really don't need because we keep losing them to N-Corp. So, well, that's unfair. We've only lost 2 to N-Corp, I think. Either way, we don't need another rival, do we?
갖고 오지 않으면 앞으로 우리의 것을 빼앗을 수도 있다는 말이군.
I mean, it's not unreasonable. I have to take her side on this one. Like, yeah, fair enough. It may seem unprofessional, but it's actually kinda not. It's spite not done for emotional purposes, but to be used as leverage. Do the job, or we will make your job more difficult. Bearing in mind you're operating in our territory to do your job, it would be wise to play along, yes?
물론 데려온다면 굳이 그런 불확실한 걸 연구할 필요는 없겠죠.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be more to this and there's gonna be problems, but that's completely reasonable. 100%.
지금이야 라만차랜드가 도시 악몽에 머무르고 있다 해도 그 위험도의 성장세가 가파르다 보니 도시 곳곳에서 조금씩 주목받고 있어요.
So you want to get your hands on it now while the getting's good before someone else gets it?
지금 이 순간에도 여러 해결사들이 라만차랜드의 토벌을 위해 도시 전역에서 모이고 있기도 하고.
아하.
라만차 랜드를 토벌할 사람들은 우리 말고도 많다는 건가요?
And that as well, yes.
돈과 명예를 원하는 자들은 언제나 마르는 법이 없죠. 어쩌면 그 해결사들도 조만간 황금가지라는 것에 관심을 가질 수도 있을 거예요. 값진 것이 있으면 단내를 풍겨오기 마련이니까.
Oh yeah, she just starts leaking information about golden bells, and then it's not just P-Corp looking for them, but everyone's looking for them, which would make our lives a lot more difficult.
다른 세력이나 해결사가 눈독 들이기 전에 조용히 거래하자는 거군요.
Evidently.
이번에도 이야기의 핵심을 잘 파악하네요.
And yet, this conversation has still taken like half an hour.
맞아요. 다행인 일이죠. 서로가 찾고 있는 게 아직까진 서로에게만 가치 있다고 판단하고 있으니까.
Oh yes, very useful, but I would be very surprised if Lamanchaland wasn't somewhat significant to at least one of us.
그래서 당신들도 황금가지에 대해 말을 아끼는 거고 저희도 라만차랜드를 만든 무언가에 대해서 입조심을 하는 거죠.
Wait, so you know what whatever.
타다. 아는 놈이 많을수록 정보는 가치를 잃지. 흔해 빠진 공산품처럼.
그럼 그렇지. 난 또 기념품이라도 챙겨주는 줄 알았잖아. 괜히 따로 부른 게 아니었네.
Let's never say we can't get some souvenirs. That could be pretty cool. We could get some stuff. I don't know. Maybe they gotta have a gift shop. Every amusement park has a gift shop.
당신들에게 거는 기대가 커요.
Oh, you're gonna be horribly disappointed.
죽음까지도 불사하시는 분들이잖아요.
In a manner of speaking. She keeps saying that. She doesn't keep saying that. She hasn't said it much at all in the last half hour. This is what every single one of our contracts has been like. Our stability and safety go out the window the moment a mission begins in earnest. I mean, yeah. Or even just a trip to the shops. We share nothing but our cold goals and objectives, not exchanging anything deeper than the shallowest transactions. I'd grown to accept this as an inevitability, but I do know that this is probably not the right way. But it is the city. I don't think it would be incorrect to assume that most places are as laissez-faire with their employed fixers' lives on other objectives as they are with us on this one. Like, sir, we hired a fixer office to do all this thing and they failed, and the guy that he's reporting to just goes, shit, we wasted money. Not, shit, those people died. I don't care. Amidst the dull and resigned eyes of the other sinners, Don Quixote's eyes alone burned with passionate fire.
제사라 부장이시여, 믿어주시게.
Yeah, because this is definitely morally on the level and we will deal with it.
꼭 이 돈키호테와 림버스 컴퍼니의 동료들이 라만차랜드를 없애고 실종된 사람들까지 구해내리다.
Oh, sweetheart, you're setting yourself up for so much disappointment.
그 가난한 라만차랜드의 창조자 또한 데려올 테니 부디 모두를 대신하여 엄벌에 처해주시게.
어머나, 그거 참 안심이 되는 말이네요. 웬만한 해결사들보다 더 믿음직스러운걸요?
Ooh, how many La Mancha lands are you gonna create?
이 돈키호테! 자네를 위해 용맹하고 명예롭게 싸워서 비사의 전당에 이름을 남기리라.
Hey, it's a start, right? Don Quixote was bouncing up and down like she was prepared to stand at Chisara's beck and call.
그만.
Come on, man. We don't want to be inscribed to the halls of P-Corp. We don't care.
그 짧은 시간에 사람 하나 다루는 법을 정확하게 간파해냈군.
Yeah, it didn't take very long either.
저 녀석이 너무 쉬운 거 아니냐.
Damn.
자, 그럼 슬슬 이동할까요?
Let's. We've been on chapter 2 for like 45 minutes.
떠나세! 자, 안내해 주시겠는가?
안타깝지만 안내는 없어요. 저는 여러분들이랑 같이 갈 수 없는 걸요.
I wasn't expecting her to, for what it's worth.
여기 종이에 적힌 장소로 가주시면 됩니다.
어째서인가? 자네 혼자서만 가면 몸이 촉촉할 터인데.
당연하잖아요. 온갖 해결사들이 모여있다는 곳에서 우리가 저 부장이랑 같이 들어가면 순식간에 인기 스타가 될걸요.
It would be a bit sus, admittedly.
우리랑 피사가 모종의 연결고리가 있다는 냄새를 바로 맡게 되겠지.
Certainly.
인기 스타 좋지 않은가?
Yes, but we're trying to be sneaky here.
돈키호테, 이 말의 뜻이 꼭 하나만 있지 않다는 걸 슬슬 할 때가.
Gregor, we literally don't have time to explain this.
현장은 뒷골목에 있으니 통행권을 나눠드릴게요. 당분간 피사의 뒷골목과 둥지를 자유롭게 오갈 수 있는 특수 업무 비자입니다.
Oh wow, spare no expense.
역시 이런 걸 나눠줄 정도면 작거나 힘이 없는 부서는 아닌 것 같은데 말이죠.
I think it might, I mean, it's hard to tell at this point, but it might just be the case that they don't want to be seen involved in this themselves. For whatever reason, for their own purposes, they don't want to be seen having an active hand in it. Sinclair was still quietly suspicious, but their small doubt was practically buried in the brief commotion that followed as sinners gathered in front of Chisara to receive their visa. Free work permits! Fuck Limbus Company, I'm out. I'm gonna go work at P-Corp. What do they even do? Pencils. They make pencils. Pretty sure it must be pencils. Has to be pencils. Wherein the sinners are accepted and respected by fixers and ways of the city. Oh, yeah, I'm sure we are. Yeah, absolutely. Well, combat is occurring. We're just gonna... We'll bring you in next time, Ishmael, I promise, but you're level 28. Maso!
필요하시군요.
Let's see what you got.
제압을 준비합니다.
Good stuff. Chisara's directions led us to an empty lot in the back streets. Oh good, the empty lot which turned into the Millennium Tower in Yakuza. It all comes together.
뭐야 여기?
It's an empty lot, Heathcliff.
뒷골목은 보통 건물들이 뒤지게 빽빽하게 마련인데 왜 여기만 텅 비어 있어?
They're building the Millennium Tower here. They need a lot of space.
그러게. 뒷골목에서 이 정도의 땅을 놀리는 건 흔치 않을 텐데.
There's probably some real fucking shady shit around here.
이유는 모르겠지만 건물에 현수막도 여기저기 붙어 있네요.
Syndicate territory, perhaps?
너희는 현장을 보고 있도록. 나는 잠시 파우스트 씨와 함께 담당자를 만나고 오지.
The rest of you, fuck about for a while. Get in some trouble. Why not?
그때까지 얌전히. 아니, 큰 사고까진 가지 말도록.
Don't start too much trouble. Start precisely as much trouble as you are able to deal with.
여부가 있겠는가?
Mm-hmm. He's given up on the slim hope that we won't be getting into any trouble without him, which is understandable.
자, 그럼 안으로 들어가 볼까?
The empty lot was surrounded by all kinds of warning signs and perimeter tapes, deterring anyone from haphazardly wandering inside. So naturally, we're gonna haphazardly wander inside. And when we reached out to grab the tapes to duck under them... Hey, dude! Hey, what you doing? Did you see the tape? A voice rang out, stopping us in our tracks.
네?
What do you want?
잘 모르는 것 같아서 하는 말인데 여기 함부로 들어오면 안 돼요. 안 돼.
Off limits, you say? Oh, well, I didn't know that. Anyway, we'll be on our way in. Thank you.
저도 그렇고 여기 모여 있는 사람들은 해결사거든요. 해결사. 여기는 일반인들이 함부로 있으면 안 되는 작전 구역이에요. 나 참 피사는 관리를 어떻게 하는 거람?
Do you not see the 12 people wearing matching uniforms and carrying weapons? Buddy, is that hood covering your eye? Is your hood and long hair covering your eyes so much that you do not see the 12 people wearing matching uniforms and holding weapons? I guess it'd be 11 because Faust is with Vergilius, but shush. 11 people wearing matching uniforms and holding weapons? Do you think maybe we might be a part of a fixer office? Or at least maybe, I don't know, you don't know, so an association? At the very least, not civvies?
잠깐만. 뭐죠? 왜 저만 쳐다보면서?
Sinclair's the most professional looking of all of us. He actually wears his uniform properly.
오, 우리를 걱정해 주는 것인가? 괜찮네, 괜찮아.
We dealt with worse than your stupid ass.
비록 아직 해결사는 아니지만 정의를 위해 목숨을 불사하고 싸운다는 그 마음만큼은 모두가 매한 가지지.
And God knows we will. Don Quixote confidently leaps over the warning tape and scampers into the empty lot.
여기가 뭐 하는데 이제 알고 들어오는.
This is more than you've ever walked into.
자네들처럼 우리 또한 의뢰를 받았다네. 라만 차례인데 토바르의 말일세.
Yeah, please just really announce that to the entire sea. That's good. We're gonna make a lot of friends very quickly. I could practically hear everyone in the empty lot turning around to look at us. The looks on their eyes could hardly be described as friendly. In fact, their alarm at our arrival was palpable. That's when one of the fixers wielding a massive weapon strode in our direction.
너희도 사냥하러 온 놈들이라고.
Hello. Have you, buddy, like, I know, you've been doing this for a while, right? And you've likely focused on fixer work, so you're probably like pretty single-minded in your pursuits, both in your career and in life. And I appreciate that, I understand that, and I respect that, you know, I really do. But are you aware, my friend? Are you aware that there are more colors on the spectrum than white, black, and gray? Buddy, I've got a whole spectrum of colors to show you. It's crazy. Pink, blue, red, green, purple, you name it, we got it. Splash a little bit of that on your coat, buddy. Seriously. Like this guy.
아이고, 그러고 보니 무기 점검하는 걸로 잊어버렸네. 이럴 때가 아니지. 얼른 가서 마저 손질해야겠다.
Uh-huh. The obnoxious guy, who was clearly way in over his head, hurried away when the giant of a fixer stomped his way into the conversation. And the other fixers shook their heads as though they knew what was about to happen.
딱 봐도 협회 출신은 아니고 이름도 안 알려진 어중간한 사무소에서 온 모양인데.
Yeah, but we've been hired for the job. That wasn't your decision. So, sit down, shut up.
대체 몇 명이 더 기어들어오는 거지? 어중이 떠중이가 늘어나는 걸 보니 네 놈들이 기대하는 토벌 금액도 계속 줄어들어서 나중에 거스름돈이나 손에 쥘 수 있을지 걱정이군.
Mate, we're not, I mean, not that you need to know this, but we're not even getting paid.
온지 얼마나 됐다고? 시비 거는 놈이 벌써 2명이냐?
It took exactly 3 minutes for this to occur.
옷에는 송곳니 사냥 사무소라고 써 있긴 하다만 송곳니 사냥이라 하면
That's right, Don Quixote, they hunt teeth. They're basically orcs.
너희 실제로 본 적은 있나?
Oh, are fangs actually creatures? That's pretty cool. Is it like a... Maybe... Oh, are they a fixer office that hunts, what they're fucking called in this universe? Blood fiends. Because they did mention blood fiend hunters being a thing. You know, like vampire hunters, obviously. Is this... Are they vampire hunters?
무엇을 말인가?
Seen what?
혈귀.
Yeah, called it. Okay, fair enough.
혈귀? 이것과 혈귀가 관련이 있다는 건가요?
I mean, we have a lot of experience with this already, so to speak. We have some. We've dealt with one. I guess that's actually not a lot of experience, but it is experience.
이 임무에 혈귀가 연관되어 있다는 것은 전달받지 못한 사실이었다.
Is there even? No one's actually confirmed it.
이거 봐. 이놈들도 제대로 아는 것도 없이 들어왔잖아.
I feel like that's the fault of our briefing rather than us, but sure.
난 너희같이 돈만 보고 아무것도 모른 채 득달같이 달려드는 놈들을 보면 부하같이 밀어. 혈귀 사냥을 방해하는 것도 모자라서 장뜩 돋아진 내 흥까지 쉽게 만들거든.
I'm sorry, friend. I just failed to see how this is my problem. Can I interest you in some colors for your outfit?
아니 왜? 돈만 보고 오는 게 잘못인가?
Well, yeah, he's gonna respond well to that, isn't he?
로저 씨, 아마도 이자들은 토벌 현상금이 목표가 아니라
They're probably here to hunt blood fiends. Just putting it out there.
그래. 이 사건 자체에 특별한 의미를 부여하는 자들이군. 단순히 돈으로 움직이는 자들보다 골치 아픈 유형이지.
Yeah, just look at Noggle and Tama.
혈귀를 상대하는 게 뭔지 알지도 못하는 놈들과 같이 임무를 수행할 마음은 없다.
Alright, see you later. Don't let the tape hit you on your way out. Have fun.
닥커.
Haha. Wow, that's direct.
무시하려고 해도 궁금해서 되물어보게 되는군. 뭐라고 했지?
She said, save the frogs. Yeah.
닥쳐라, 이 허세만 가득한 새끼.
Get him, Sinclair, get him. I wish you were in the team right now.
닥쳐라, 허접. 이었다.
Yeah, Ryoshi doesn't swear. Sinclair, what's your fucking language? Oh. Wouldn't shut that flap hole ugly be more antagonistic than shut the fuck up? Because you can say shut the fuck up in a fairly light-hearted tone, but shut your flap hole ugly includes an insult, which is actually more antagonistic. I mean, you know, it's a distinction without a difference by this point, but
이번엔 속마음이 좀 더 들어가신 모양이네요.
I mean, to be fair, I did as well.
하지만 그런 단축도 마음에 드는건.
Of course, because Ryoshu's a boomer, so she doesn't know internet abbreviations. Text speak.
아무튼 저희도 혈기라면 많이는 아니지만 나름 상대해봤고 당신들한테 무시받을 사람은 한 명도 없어요.
It's true. Yeah, no, keep telling him, Sinclair. We'll back you up.
적어도 전투에서만큼은.
We're pretty good at it.
다 좋았는데 굳이 한번 뜸들였어야 해?
You gotta say it with confidence, Sinclair. Even if you say something stupid, you have to say it with confidence, like me. Maybe I could do with less confidence on this sometimes.
혈기와 싸워본 경험은 있다는 건가? 그럼 솜씨 한번 볼까? 어줍지 않은 놈들인지 진짜 사냥꾼들인지.
I'll look forward to grinding your face on the floor, my good man.
뭐? 토벌하러 들어가기도 전에 여기서 힘 빼야 돼? 다 허락받고 왔다니까.
Even Heathcliff's like, do we have to? Can we just save it for later? Must we? He's really chilled out.
너무 걱정은 마라. 팔다리 정도만 적당히 부러지게 만들어주지. 딱 집으로 돌아가고 싶어질 만큼.
We deal with more than that on a daily basis.
집으로 돌아가는 열차를 타면서 우리에게 고마워해라. 혈귀에게 비참하게 피를 빨아먹히는 것보다는 이 편이 더 나을 테니.
If you say so. Alright, combat. I need to use my new team. So, one wave. With that guy, whatever his fucking name is. Combative Fang Hunt Office Fixer, indeed. Rupture. They do rupture and they prevent healing, which makes sense. If this unit has bleed, lose 2 bleed. If target is a blood fiend or a blood bag, deal 10% damage. When hitting an enemy with an attack skill, 10% chance to inflict 2 rupture count. That's pretty good. On skill use, if the target has 10 plus rupture, deal 30% more damage instead of inflicting rupture with this unit's skills. If this unit has bleed, lose 1 bleed. If in panic, reset SP to 0. What about you, friends? Oh, you don't even have a name. Now, question is, does Don Quixote count as a blood fiend here?
천천히 말하시게나.
No.
맞네. 라고 하기에는 조금 그렇고.
Let's actually look at these characters. Very nice, very nice, very cool, very cool, very cool, and very cool. I gotta say, I think Rhodia's my favorite here. She has a certain level of presence. I appreciate it. Okay. Considering it's unopposed, probably don't go for skill 3 yet. Yeah, we may start to struggle immediately. What's your guard? Gain 2 times tremor count. You don't even have any tremor. Okay. It might be a bit of a scrap, actually, looking at it. Well, their level's 40. Okay. Our clashing skill is pride, so we'll go for the pride one. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, Ryoshu took a lot of damage. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's nice as well. I like that. Okay. Yeah. We got some stuff going. Go for a bit of pride resonance, perhaps, although we really should be focusing on sloth, shouldn't we? But pride will help the most things right now. That's probably not going to work out anyway. I think Ryoshu's going to get staggered. She doesn't have any tremor on her, so there's not a lot she can do. Maybe just try for the clash win? 4 plus 3, 3 coins. It's possible. Give it a try. I'm not expecting much. There we go. That pride resonance, maybe we'll be okay. I'm not going too far into the tactics right now, as you can see. All right, Ryoshu did relatively well. Got staggered, but didn't take much damage. Don Quixote's doing very well. Oh. Don Quixote's doing very well. We have a stagger, but it's okay. You're not going to get much from that, but you'll kill him if you do that, so that's worth doing. Yeah, let's get the sloth going. You didn't even kill him. What the shit? Ooh. Delightful. Wow, you want to roll tails like once? To be fair, he had like a lot of SP. Dead. Oh, cool, there's more of them. Ah, well, you see, I didn't account for there being more of them. Well, yes, indeed. Okay, all right, well. There's not much pride here and more green. Gluttony. Or greed, glut, I don't care. The point is, we might be able to get more resonance along these lines, which might make things better for us. We'll go for that. We're not inflicting a lot of tremor, I've noticed. Although we were doing quite a bit of tremor burst, which probably has something to do with it. Tremor on target, they don't have much, so just do that instead. Get a bit of that going, that, and go for it. Go on, lads. It's a cool team, I must say. I know I say that every single fucking time, but... It's true. It's a cool team. I like it. God damn. No chance. You can't stop Faust. Violence! Violence! Ooh! But wait! More violence! Faust has chosen violence! Oof!
제압 완료.
Good stuff. Oh, more of them, yet more. How many of you are there? That dude kind of wandered over like he was going to be the only one, but then there were many. It's very dead. Extremely dead, you can say. Go on, breakthrough. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, no, I like this. It's not necessarily effective because I probably haven't built it very well and the levels are all over the place, and I'm not playing it properly, but they're very cool. Oh, but wait, there's more of them. You do just keep coming back, don't you, buddy, pal? Buddy old pal, my friend. You literally got nothing better to do you? Just fight us all day, why not? At least this team is great for ego because we have so many fucking resources. Which reminds me, actually. I should go equip ego after this. I thought I had equipped them, apparently I didn't. Good show, Heathcliff. Well done. It was good. It was a good. It was good. It was a good. It was a good. Big hit.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
Yeah. Yes, ringing after that.
해부할 능력도 의사도 없다면
I like the kicks. I do appreciate the kicks. Off he goes.
아직 징수할 내용이 남았으니 죽지는 마시게.
And now it's just you. Get him out of my fucking sight, please.
얼마 안 걸릴 거야. 뿌리도록 하지.
Let's see how he enjoys his broken limbs. Maybe he should go home.
제압 완료. 경보에는 익숙해지시는 게 좋을 겁니다. 아직 50일까지 많은 날이 남은 것을 파우스트는 알고 있으니까요.
Many days to go. Alas, that is all I have time for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, but we're back. We're back in Limbus. We're back. We're doing Canto 7, and we're back into active video production. Now, there are still puppies. They do still require my attention, and there are still only so many hours in the day, so I can't promise that the upload schedule will be as consistent as it was prior to this, but once the puppies are old enough to be on their way, things will, you know, return to normal as well. The problem is it will be near Christmas around that time, and that brings its own challenges, but hey, I'll do my best, and I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying being back. I'm enjoying Canto 7 so far. It's been very fucking interesting so far, and I'm curious to see how I can make this team go. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to our members and patrons: Tony the Horse, Cryolytic, Abyssal Angie, B-Chan, Grand Captain General Peace, Beanbag Turtle, Malignant Humors, NIL, Cuds, Kana Samaria, Poe, Pork Chop Lebrec, Lifesteal, Mega Mr. Z-Man, Unclever Name, Lumen, Summercat, Flanny, Painter Dragoon, Lyle the Hagsire, Lip Potatoes, Proxy, Caminera, Moa, Heartland, Harak J, Dresso, Sion Distance, Lol, Etherpin, Linky, Xeon Cedar, Bimblewort, Majoko Maimu, Alkia, Honeydew, Sweet Baby Red, Jess Kitty Plutonium, By, Dreamer Ghost Up, Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Owl, The Frostbite, Monsoon, SCP-106A, Namad, and Kenny T800 for supporting me on Patreon and YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. Good to be back. 2 weeks off from this work. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed having like infinite amount of time to play Baldur's Gate 3 whilst looking after puppies, but I was very eager to come back. Very, very, very eager to come back because, you know, it's not just a job. It is a job, but it's one I really like and one I chose to do. So, you know, time off's all well and good, but I actually want to do this, and I'm very glad to be back, and I'm very excited to be doing stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy Canto 7. Remember to ease off on the spoilers there, Pilgrim, and whatever happens next time, I hope I see you there. Doodles, goodbye.